Welcome to Gender Chronicles, everyone. Today, we're diving into a topic that's been swept under the rug for far too long. It's a reality that society refuses to acknowledge because it exposes the carefully curated narrative of equality. It's a topic that's uncomfortable, controversial, and for many, infuriating. Let's talk about a brutal, unspoken reality. We're talking about the distribution of rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations between men and women. We are told that women have fought for and won equal rights. Yet the truth is that women have accumulated a mountain of rights without a corresponding set of responsibilities. At the same time, men are burdened with obligations enforced by law and culture from the moment they enter this world. And let me tell you, the scales are not balanced, not even close. This is not equality. This is privilege masquerading as justice. Let's begin with dating. Gentlemen, the first thing to know about dating is that dating is a marketplace of female choice. What do I mean? Society still expects men to make the first move, to pay for dates, to impress, to provide, and to be the rock upon which a relationship is built. Women, meanwhile, hold veto power over everything. They demand equality, but only when it benefits them. If a man refuses to pay, he's labeled cheap. If he hesitates in leadership, he's seen as weak. But a woman can be passive, indecisive, or entitled, and she will still be accommodated because her role is optional. There is no societal expectation that she must lead, plan, or protect. When it comes to marriage, you should not from the outset that marriage is an unequal contract, the ultimate fraud. In marriage, the imbalance becomes institutionalized. A man enters into a legally binding contract that he cannot exit without severe financial and legal consequences. If a woman withdraws from her commitments, if she decides she is unhappy, unfulfilled, or deserves more, she can walk away, and the courts will back her decision with alimony and child support. A man, however, has no such luxury. If he fails to meet his legal and financial obligations, he is pursued by the state, his wages garnished, and he may even face jail time. This is not a partnership. This is servitude under the guise of romance. Family courts are the graveyards of fatherhood. Brothers, if you take that into your mind and keep it there, you'll succeed. When a marriage collapses, family courts do not mediate with fairness. They operate with a built-in bias. The mother is the primary caregiver, and the father is the financial provider. Men fight tooth and nail to secure even partial custody of their children, while women are granted primary custody by default. Fathers who want to be present in their children's lives must prove their worth, while mothers automatically receive the privilege of parenthood. And if a mother decides to alienate a father from his children, the courts will shrug. But if a father refuses to pay child support, he is labeled a deadbeat dad, and the government will hunt him down. Work, the dangerous and the safe. In the workplace, the gap between obligation and privilege widens further. Men dominate the most dangerous jobs: logging, fishing, mining, construction, jobs with the highest fatality rates. And yet, there are no mass movements demanding gender parity in these fields. Why? Because true equality would require women to assume equal risks, and that is a responsibility they do not want. Meanwhile, in safe, high-paying office jobs, gender quotas and affirmative action policies favor women, ensuring that they enjoy the rewards of the workplace without shouldering the same burdens. How about crime and punishment? Is it not the female get-out-of-jail-free card? Look at how men and women are treated differently in the justice system. Women receive significantly lighter sentences for the same crimes as men. They are more likely to be given probation instead of prison time, more likely to receive sympathy from judges, and less likely to be prosecuted at all. Meanwhile, men face the full force of the law with no leniency. A woman can abuse, assault, or even kill her partner and still be portrayed as a victim of circumstance, while a man in the same position is condemned without question. When it comes to reproduction, women hold the power, men hold the bill. Women have full sovereignty. They can choose to keep a child or abort it, with or without the father's consent. If a woman decides to give birth, the father is legally bound to provide financial support, whether he wants the child or not. But if a man wants to keep his child and the woman does not, he has no say. Reproductive choice is a one-way street, and men are nothing more than wallets in the eyes of the law. Conversely, if a man is tricked into fatherhood through deceit, if a woman lies about contraception or even uses sperm without consent, he is still legally required to pay child support. The state does not care if he was misled, defrauded, or coerced. He is a financial hostage to a decision he did not make. When it comes to the military draft, the ultimate sacrifice is reserved for men. In the United States and other Western nations, only men are required to register for the draft. If war breaks out, it will be men who are called to the front lines, forced to fight, kill, and die for their country. Women, despite their supposed equality, are exempt from this duty. They demand representation in boardrooms but not on the battlefield. The hypocrisy is glaring. Education is the systematic neglect for boys. Boys are falling behind academically in schools, but no one seems to care. The education system has been feminized, prioritizing cooperative learning and emotional intelligence while sidelining the competitive, risk-taking nature of boys. Schools punish male behavior, medicate boys into submission, and push gender narratives that favor female achievement while demonizing masculinity. Meanwhile, scholarships, mentorship programs, and STEM initiatives overwhelmingly favor girls, despite the fact that boys are the ones struggling. In conclusion, gentlemen, wake up from the illusion of equality. We are told we live in an era of gender equality. But the evidence is overwhelming. Women enjoy rights without corresponding responsibilities, while men are shackled by obligations with little to no legal or societal support. The scales are not balanced. They are tilted overwhelmingly in favor of women. It is time to stop pretending. It is time to acknowledge the truth. The West has created a privileged class, and that class is women. If we genuinely believe in equality, we must demand that responsibilities match rights and obligations match privileges. Otherwise, we are not progressing toward fairness, but toward a system where men are mere providers and protectors, while women hold the reins of power with no accountability.
Wake up, stand up, and demand real equality. Thanks for watching. If you agree, share this video. Let's start the conversation. Let's demand real equality for everyone.